Coming up today on Channel 97 News.
We'll teach you about a great opportunity for bilingual students,
Recap the cheer season.
and send a message from a community member.
And it all starts now.
Hello, Oakville, and welcome back to this edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. I'm Katie Schrader.
And I'm Justin Rausch. Last year, Melville and Oakville's drama clubs came together to perform Legally Blonde.
And this year, they're coming out with a new show. Maddie, Delaney, and Jana, tell us more.
Over at Melville, a new musical is in production. Accompanying the cast and crew of Melville's Footloose are 4 of Oakville's own performers.
So we currently have 4 Oakville students in our show. Last year we also did Legally Blonde with a bunch of Oakville students. We decided to be able to have Oakville come over, get the schools put together. It's really fun, they're really great people.
So at first it was a little bit of a shock, just getting used to it, but honestly I love all of them so much and I wouldn't have had it any other way. We have 2 individuals in major supporting roles, 1 in a minor supporting role, and 1 in ensemble, and they're just so fun to work with.
I decided to audition because I auditioned last year and it was a lot of fun. And I've always wanted to do musicals, but Oakville hasn't done musicals in the past, so this was like my first opportunity to do so. And it's been a lot of fun and I'm really glad I did it.
Last year I was in Legally Blonde and I love all the people that I met. It's a different environment because you're not with the same people like every day until like the afternoon, so you kind of just get closer and you make a lot more new friends.
Since we've gotten to know them, they're really fun people and it's great to work with them and have the opportunity to get to know people from other schools. I feel like every show you have people from different grades, different groups of friends, and just getting everyone together and bonding these people that wouldn't normally get to know each other is a really great experience.
So basically Footloose is about Red McCormick.
He's this kid from Chicago who just moved to the small town Beaumont with his mom.
And he loves dancing, but the town has made it illegal, so he's like, okay, let's change this law.
So he wants to fight against the law, and so all 4 of the main characters kind of come together and figure out a way that they can have their senior prom.
People should come see the show because it's really just a fun story. It's got a lot of fun music.
I mean, it's about like high schoolers, so I think like people our age will probably really relate to it.
We put a lot of effort into it. It's gonna look really good and it's a lot of fun.
The closing night is on my birthday, March 11th, and I'll be sad if people don't come see it.
Be sure to come see Footloose, running March 8th through the 11th, and support some of our school's talented students. With Delaney Murphy and Maddie Chappius behind the camera, I'm Jana Eckhard for Channel 97 News.
Take a visit to their show this week.
If you're currently taking a foreign language class, your teacher may have introduced you to the Seal of Biliteracy.
Katie and Tammy can tell you about all the details.
Every year, students taking a foreign language are given the opportunity to show their proficiency through the test for the Seal of Biliteracy.
The Seal of Biliteracy is an award given to students to recognize them for the acquisition and proficiency of 2 or more languages. And that language can be Spanish or French, which is taught here at Oakville, or a first language of some of our students.
I'm taking the Seal of Biliteracy test for Spanish because I've been in this Spanish program for 5 years since middle school. I think it would just kind of show like the amount of effort I've put into learning Spanish, and also it would make for a pretty good certification for something on my resume, or just if I'm interested in doing a career in like English language learning or something along those lines.
I think the Seal of Biliteracy is important because it recognizes students' efforts toward another language. And one of our goals in this district is to have global citizenship, and this allows students to acquire that global citizenship and awareness of the world around them.
Other than Spanish, I'm taking Turkish because that is my home language and I'm fluent in the language, and I feel like it would be very beneficial. Job applications, if you put it on there, and like different places, when they look at it and they see that you're speaking another language, they're more likely to hire you. And if you have the seal on there, they'll be like, oh, they speak another language, they're fluent in it, let's hire them.
I really want to get the seal on my diploma because you can also get college credit from it. I would recommend it to anybody who's taking Spanish 4 or 5. It's a really great opportunity, plus it's free because the district pays for it. And even if you're not in Spanish and you think that you're proficient enough in another language, it's also a great opportunity because there's lots of languages that you can take the seal for.
There's nothing to lose taking it. The only thing that you can really get from it is just having that certificate on your diploma.
I think it's a great opportunity for students to show what they know. You work so hard through language classes in high school, and when you get to your senior year, whether you've taken 4 or 5 years or whatever, it's a great opportunity to show what you've learned.
With Katie Schrader behind the camera, this is Tammy Dew for Channel 97 News.
Don't forget to take advantage of this opportunity as you prepare for your future in college.
FCCLA has continued with past traditions by selling Vograms again this year.
See what happened with Gracie, Natalie, and Nathan.
You've probably seen a lot of crushes in our school lately, but do you know who runs it?
So Tiger Takeout started last year through FCCLA, so students can come during A&P or after school and cook and prepare food that we sell to staff and students.
Some of the things we had to do was like figure out where we wanted to set it up, like the times and who's gonna do it, and like having the little like paper cutout hearts and all that stuff, and like having enough sodas for everyone.
So for Crush, the poster that was set up in lunches when we were selling them, that was made last year that we kind of just reuse and repurpose. And then the other flyers that we hang up throughout the school or posters that we hang up, that's through anyone who wants to come after school and sign up through a Google Doc from FCCLA that just stays after school and makes those posters. Our funds are very limited with FCCLA, so anything that we do make goes back to like us purchasing Crush sodas or other things that we need to sell the items.
It started about in like 2019 to 2020. It's mostly making just fun like pastries or any type of food for FACS, like any teachers that want to buy it or anything like that to help fundraise the club. It comes from everything else we fundraise for, like with Tiger Takeout, that money that we get from that we use to buy with sodas. People also like donate them to us and things like that, just the money we have left over in the club. It's really fun. It allows you to meet new people and just have fun in a club. You don't have to stay in it if you don't want to, but you're always allowed to. We also have a lot of puppies to play with all the time.
Keep an eye out for FCCLA's future Tiger Takeouts. With Natalie and Nathan Baker behind the camera, I'm Gracie Lectie for Channel 97 News.
It must be pretty sweet to get a Valogram.
You know what else is pretty sweet? Making a varsity team as a freshman.
That's right. Let's learn about an aspiring cheerleader with Maria and Nathan.
If you've been to a football, soccer, or basketball game, then I'm pretty sure you've seen the Oakville cheerleaders. Delaney Brawley is a freshman this year who has moved her way up onto varsity. This makes her the only freshman on the varsity team.
I really just practiced with my stunt group on JV, and we just kept pushing until we almost had a lib and everything, and Stalin needed a flyer, and so he moved me up.
Delaney worked her way up on varsity just honestly by standing out on junior varsity first.
Even though Delaney is only a freshman, she has already made a big impact on the team. Her stunt group shares how she has been such a positive teammate.
My favorite thing about working with Delaney at practice is that she always brings fun to practice, and it's never boring with her. And she always works really hard to get the new skills we're trying to get.
Oh, she's super easy to work with. She's always willing to try new things, and she doesn't show fear either. And if she makes a mistake, she's very willing to get back up and try it again.
Delaney has a background in cheer through OJT. Her and Coach Stallings explain how it helped her work her way onto varsity.
I try to stop in on JV and freshman practices as often as I can after school, just to kind of, see who's coming up, see who catches my eye. And we'd had some summer practices together with like kind of all the squads, and honestly, she kind of stood out to me pretty early on. I would say in like July, I knew that she was she was a kid who could be on varsity. Like, she had the ability.
I did OJT 6th grade year, and then because of COVID, 7th and 8th grade was weird, but we had like a mini OJT where 2 of the cheerleaders who are juniors now coached us.
With Maria Parisi behind the camera, I'm Nathan Baker for Channel 97 News.
Go support Delaney and the rest of the cheer team.
Hey Katie, isn't it time?
Oh yeah, Justin. I need to go check in with Mr. Reese over another cup of coffee.
Hello, Oakville, and welcome to this edition of Coffee Talk with Katie and Reese. We have a special guest today.
I'm Officer Andrew, and I'm excited to be here.
Today we're going to talk about food.
What's your favorite restaurant in Oakville?
Oh, my go-to right now is Nubby's Barbecue. They have an amazing smoked chicken salad. There's only one problem with it. They give you this tiny little dressing for this huge salad.
I think my go-to salad's Cyberg's.
Yes,
Oh,
the chicken
the chicken
strip. The sauce is what makes it. Mixed with the ranch and the Cyberg sauce, because it's homemade ranch and homemade sauce with the chicken strips and the iceberg lettuce. It's just chef's kiss.
Oh, you
That's
know
like
your
chicken
buffalo
dip.
chicken dip. You brought me some homemade one day.
Yeah, twice.
You're kind of like Nubby's. You brought me this huge portion and like 7 chips.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You know, you're kind of like going to McDonald's and you order like 6 orders of French fries and you ask for ketchup and they give you 1 ketchup.
Exciting news. How do you feel about those Wendy's coming to town? I'm so excited.
And their Frosties, I mean, come on.
Do you dip your fries in the Frosty?
From America, yeah.
Yeah.
No, never. Why would I ruin a Frosty? Is this because they didn't give you any ketchup?
The vanilla Frosty.
Oh,
vanilla.
I don't
What?
like the chocolate.
Took a turn for the worse.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, chocolate frosty all the way.
Chocolate.
My first job was at Custer's First Stand, and we just sit there and we eat the cookie dough all day.
Did you get fired?
No, I quit 3 times.
3 times?
What's the best burger joint?
The answer is always Garvey's.
No. I think Frankie G's is the best burger. I'm like on this huge onion ring kick lately. It's unbelievable.
Are you crying?
Drive-in? A little bit.
Why are you crying?
Because he wants onion rings.
I'm just a little hurt you didn't like Garvey's is #1, that's all.
Reese, do you know how to cook for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you know how to cook?
I make mean grilled cheese.
Okay.
Chicken sandwiches. I can cook.
Microwave.
No.
What is your favorite thing that Cheryl makes?
When my wife cooks, everything's wonderful. Hope she's watching. I love to like grill bacon.
Bacon. I can cook bacon.
The bare minimum. Thank you.
When do you graduate?
June 5th.
3 months,
Oh.
5 days, 8 hours.
Nice.
Well, that was Coffee Talk with Katie and Reese. And Officer Andrew. See you next time.
It's always great to hear from Mr. Reese.
In our final story, we hear from the son of one of our staff members.
Amon and I have a message from Colin McCullum.
This past fall, recent Oakville graduate Colin McCullum went through a life-changing motorcycle accident.
So Colin was driving his motorcycle. He was taking a short ride before he went to work that day. He was on Jeffco Boulevard in Arnold. He was coming towards Oakville. Another car in the suicide lane was making a left turn into, I think, a fast food restaurant. Colin came down the hill he was going too fast, and he ran right into that SUV. And he didn't brake, he didn't have time to do anything, so. He had severe trauma to his legs. His left arm was crushed, his hand was crushed, he had 2 collapsed lungs, he had a broken breastbone, whiplash, severe road rash on mostly his left side of his body. They had to amputate his right leg below the knee. They're still in the process of saving his left leg, so he actually has another surgery in a few weeks. So good thoughts are appreciated.
Throughout this process, the Oakville community has been very supportive of Colin and his family.
Hello, Oakville. I want to come on here and say thank you for all the support you've done. You've given me and my family going through all this. Me and my fiance are currently getting our bathroom redone right now, and I would not be able to do that without the donations and help from all you guys. It really means a lot. I want to give a shout out to Oakville Middle for supporting my little sister Avon through all this, and I'm just glad for having such a great support system behind my back going through all this. It really means a lot. Thanks.
It's hard to see a kid like that, especially a kid like you care about. He was my first freshman class when I started coaching here, so that class was kind of special to me. Was with them all 4 years, so that was definitely hard seeing him. And so he stayed in contact with his mom after he graduated, just knowing the stuff that he was trying to pursue with the military and everything. So then after seeing he got in that accident, it was pretty hard to see. Just like sad to see what happened to him, but glad he's got a good support system and he's got a good family around him, and I think that everything will work out for him. Told him that, hey, I'd start training him in the Paralympics whenever you wanted to. Let's get after those Olympic medals. So
Yeah,
I told him that. That was one thing I did tell him. So we'll see how that goes.
Awesome. With Justin Ross behind the camera, I'm Mon Luker for Channel 97 News.
Well, that's it for today.
Visit myohsonline.com. We post new content all the time.
Thank you for watching. I'm Katie.
I'm Justin. And remember, Oakville,
Keep your eyes on the Tigers.
I'm way too sophisticated in microwave. I smell onions.
I've had 6 jobs.
Whoa.
My dad thinks I set a world record for how many jobs in a year.
Well, that's 1 year?